Hi, everyone. From me, Brent Graham. It's Thursday night, 9 o'clock. It's time for the Handicap Rugby Chat that matters. Well, we don't have a lot of rugby to talk about this weekend. There's really the two international matches are obviously a bit of top 14. That never rests. But I don't really follow that closely, and neither does my guest on tonight's show. We're just waiting for him to pop in now. But of course, the big game, England against New Zealand. And we're also going to hang fire till the end of the show. We're going to have a quick fire rugby quiz. I've got 6 international rugby questions to ask you. If you do want to enter the quiz, that is where you'll find the entry. Use that QR code there, or there is a link actually in the live chat as well. Well, I see our guest has just arrived. I'm going to bring him in. It's none other than Couch Critic. Couch, welcome to the show, mate. Have you just finished your show?
Yeah. Just finished having a chat with Johan Vermalen from Rapport, so it was a good one.
Okay, excellent, man. What did you guys chat about, given that there's not a lot of rugby this weekend?
Yeah, no, we just had a focus on basically how all the South African teams are going at this stage in the URC, and then a quick look at the tour and what he expects from the box in going up north.
Excellent, man. Yeah, I must say I'm really excited for the internationals to begin. So just to tell people what we're going to do, something different at the end of today's show, because it is going to be quite a short show. We're going to do a quiz. Now, if you want to enter the quiz and play along with us online, you can hit that QR code. Otherwise, you can just watch the show and do it in your head. It's going to be 6 pretty easy, well, not necessarily easy questions, but 6 multiple choice questions. And speed is going to be of the essence. There's also a link there. I'll put it in the live chat as well. ahslides.com/xxn6b. So you can go ahead and join that with us at the end of the show. But before that, we are, of course, going to talk a little bit of rugby betting. I'll leave that up there for the time being. Couch, have you been punting at all, taking it easy? What's been happening with you on the betting front?
No, I have been. I must say, it's been probably a little bit of a letdown from the Curry Cup. I think we enjoyed the Curry Cup, having like the almost team news and trying to be ahead of it. I think we kind of could feel the pulse of Springboks being back, or stronger teams being back and weaker teams. So there was some good money to make in the Curry Cup, and it's been, I think, a little bit of a dip for me coming out of the Curry Cup and into the URC. It almost feels like I'm just one step behind. I think I had my ducks in a row, thinking, no, back the South Africans at home and oppose them away from home. But yeah, somehow it hasn't quite worked out for me. Did okay in a couple of games, and then lost some in others. So I think, I don't know. It's pretty much a even sum game at this stage in the URC. But missing the Curry Cup a bit, eh?
Yeah, I must say I really enjoyed the Curry Cup as well. But as I say, absolutely salivating at the thought of the internationals. Good luck to the Oracle, by the way, who's moving house over the next couple of days. Hope that goes well, Oracle. And no doubt you'll catch this quiz. If you are watching the replay, I'm going to reset the quiz so you can actually play the quiz on your own, which will be quite nice. I'm not sure. Well, obviously, I expect with so little rugby, have a few less viewers on the show tonight, but whoever's on can play live. And you can play afterwards. If you're watching the replay, you could still use this QR code. I'll reset the quiz, and you can play it in your own time, although you'll still have the same time limits on the questions. If you do enjoy your rugby, you do enjoy your betting, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It certainly helps us a lot. Right, Couch, without further ado, let's get into the first game. And I think let's talk about the big one first. England up against New Zealand. We've got a handicap here. England plus 4.5 this game taking place at Twickenham, of course, and a points line of 48.5. And while you're chatting, I'll bring up the teams as well, which I've got up on the Good for the Game website. What do you make of this one? It's a cracking international to get us going. We can't really count the Japan game last week because we didn't even get coverage.
No, that definitely doesn't count. And I was just telling everyone on the show to join my Super Brew pool. So if it's not on Super Brew, it definitely doesn't count. And this one wasn't. So we're not counting it. We're counting from this weekend. But yeah, no, great one. I told you on as well on the show. Now it's it feels like it's actually it's weird to say this. It's not that England are a bad team by any stretch of the imagination, but it's almost a good matchup. It's an England team probably just below the All Blacks at this stage, but the advantage of playing at home. So if you look at what happened earlier in the year, it was you couldn't really split them when playing in New Zealand, which we almost didn't expect. And now they're going that side. So if you just look at that, then England probably should be slight favourites. But then you also got to have the fact that it was pretty much Razor's first outing with his team, and how much have they grown and how much do they understand his style and his philosophy now. So I think that's the big yardstick you need to think of how much of the All Blacks improved from the team that started out those games.
Right, 100% agree. And I guess on the other side of things as well, New Zealand, yeah, they have had a number of games under the belt, which England, of course, have had quite a layoff from international rugby, since basically those media tests. And we'll come back. But very interesting. I'm going to come back to the betting. I just want to have a look at the weather here. This is the weather for Twickenham. And it looks like the conditions are going to be pretty good, Couch. We've got a sort of humidity levels around about the 68 to 70% levels, which is not bad for rugby. And Twickenham is one of those grounds where we often get some good running rugby. The last time these sides met at Twickenham in 2022, it was a 25-all draw. We've got a points line there of 48.5. What are you leaning there?
No, Masa, I think it's two positive sides. I know the problem is you don't always, it sounds strange, but you don't always end up getting the biggest or highest scoring game when it's two positive sides that enjoy running rugby. It's almost like two heavyweights where they just slug it out and eventually they've got no puff left at the end of it. But I'm expecting some points here, and I think I'll probably be going overs on 48.5. Definitely an alternative if you got something like over 42.5. I'll probably throw into a few multis for the weekend because the All Blacks are always exciting. They're always that offloading team. They're always going to have that style to them. They're starting to get that right a little bit. But I don't think the defense is there yet, and England kind of the same. They almost moving towards this new philosophy, or they've been trying to do it for quite a while now, and they do play some good running rugby. So I'm expecting these guys to play a good game of rugby. I know Henrik will probably say a good game of rugby is anyone that you end up winning money on. And if it's in miserable weather and one try, it's still a good rugby game. But no, I'm expecting a entertaining rugby game, let's call it that. I mean, you've got Will Jordan there. He's going to be running it around from fullback. Cortes Ratema is going to make it fast from scum off. And then obviously I'll have my pick on Cam Roygaard as last try scorer from the bench, back from an injury. And again, he's fast. He's going to quicken the game up as well. So no, I'm expecting an open game. Damien McKenzie off the bench. I mean, he can be devastating as well. So should be a good game to just enjoy. But obviously we're not in that business, Brent. We in the business of making some money. So I was and then probably I saw someone on the Good for the Game, I think, actually saying there was 1.5 at 7-10. Minus 1.5 on the All Blacks, and something like that. That's this 4.5 is all of a sudden a little bit closer than I'd like. At 1.5 at 7-10, I'd offer that up and take that.
No, I definitely saw some 3.5 as well. So 3.5 and 4.5, and as you say, you can take a bit of a shorter price. I know Southpaw came on quite early. I can't remember the line he suggested, but it might have been that 1.5. He came on quite early. I think he also feels a bit of rustiness, perhaps, in the English camp. I can see a fast All Black start here, but I have a feeling that England are going to claw them back and that this one is going to be going down to the wire. This could be one of those games where you look at either team by 7 or less, or potentially pick your team and go for the sort of 1 to 12 results as well. I must say, nothing particularly standing out for me. And of all the bets we discussed, Couch, I actually quite like that over 48.5. I think we're going to get points here, so I might be joining on that one.
And as you say, Brent, I think the All Blacks are kind of starting fast is their thing. It just feels like they come out of the sheds and they're happy to have a go from the get go. Literally, they just want to run, and then sometimes it ends up getting a little bit tighter, getting a little bit tougher later on, and they don't quite pull things off like they did early doors. And I agree. I wouldn't. Put you off that kind of approach, even though half-time, full-time, if you think it's going to happen, on the All Blacks leading the half-time and England coming home. And since England are the underdogs here, you should actually get quite a decent price on that.
Yeah, and Emil is making the point as well. He also expects a fast New Zealand start. So if you like England on the plus, might be a tactic just to hold off there and then back them on the handicap. Emil, it was you who won the 25,000 Rand betting vouchers with Gary Lenton. Remember when we used to do GG, what did we call it? GG Gaming Gone Mad or something. Yeah. I think it was Emil who won the 25,000 Rands worth of betting vouchers. It must be the biggest betting voucher prize ever won in this country. Just a reminder, guys, you can join we've got only 2 entries so far, so a good chance of winning. If you join, you click on the QR code there. South, are you going to join the quiz, or are you just going to play along in the studio? It's quite difficult if you don't have 2 devices, to join the quiz, or are you going to enter on your phone?
I don't know. I'll enter my phone if you want. I'll play along.
Yeah, play along with it. We're only going to start it off with the Scotland game. Mark joining us as well. Mark played in the last quiz. Hope you'll join us there, Mark. The QR code's on the screen. I've also put the link in the live chat comments, so you can get that there at the top of the screen at haslides.com, and then the code for the game. We'll get that started as soon as we've chatted about the Scottish game. We're up to 4 players now. So let's talk a little bit about Scotland up against, let's get the banner up there. Scotland against Fiji. We've got a big handicap here. Couch, I'm not expecting us to analyze this game too deeply because it's just not that sort of game. It looks like a bit of money come for Scotland. I think I saw 17.5 early in the week. A high points line here, 58.5. And before I go straight to you, I'll just pop to the Murrayfield weather here. Fairly high humidity, and doesn't look like rain, though. So you think pretty decent conditions for rugby. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I see Emil's got Scotland over 39.5 must surely be the way to go. But sometimes it's tough with these teams, like Fiji. Get off to a fast start and then they switch off a little bit until Fiji maybe come back and then you score something later. I haven't seen the Scottish. There you go, the Scottish team. Tuipulotu as captain is quite surprising actually. But it's a good backline. I mean, it's full of the successful Glasgow team. So I mean that's always a good sign. I think I was gonna say to you, it's weird in the one sense that Edinburgh have really gone off the boil for me quite a lot, but Glasgow has really stepped it up. So between those two, that's obviously the Scottish side. But no, it looks like a solid team, and I'm not gonna lie and say that I know everyone in the Fijian team. So yeah, obviously I think our default position is when Fiji players go for points. So probably look to get involved in points in some way or another. I mean, if Emil's got 39.5 on Scotland points, I see you've got 58.5. Maybe an overs total alternative is a way to go. I see he's pretty confident because the French aren't going to be there, but yeah, I don't know. Nothing major. If I do go, it'll be something alternative cap on Scotland being less. As I said, I'm not crazy about a big handicap like that against the Fijian side. They run in 2 tries, Brent, in those last 20, and you end up losing the punt, and Scotland couldn't give a damn, whether it's 28 or 18.
No, 100%. That looks it's a tough game. Now 58 is. I agree with you. I actually like Emil's call. I think Scotland maybe on the points there could be the way to go. I'm a little bit nervous about that 58. Guys, there's the QR code. We're up to 8 players, so picking up nicely here. It's not going to take long. 20 seconds I'm only allowing per question. I'm not telling you the topic just yet, but it is international rugby, and looking forward to seeing how you guys go. We're going to start off in just a second. Let's just confirm that, Catch. It's not a weekend, really. You can pick much of a best bet because there's so few games. But if you had to say which game, what's your main focus on? If I had to tell you, right, I'm giving you 1,000 rand now, stick it on something.
Yeah, Brent. I mean, obviously the style I've been going lately, it'll probably be a New Zealand to win onto a Scotland lower minus, or as Emil said, I'll probably have as you guys are pretty confident as well, a little punt. Maybe you can get 38.5 or something on the Scottish points. So something like that to sink my teeth in. But yeah, I'll definitely get. I mean, I'm looking forward to the All Black game, so I'll get involved there in some way. As I said, I'm not going to say the big the big punt, of course, never will be on a try scorer. But one I fancy is Cam Roycard off the bench to score the last tries. I mean, he's absolute dynamite and back from an injury. He already scored last week and his first game back. So I mean, that's definitely gonna have my interest there. And yeah, I'm definitely looking to back the All Blacks somehow. I mean, people like Heinrich will say, prices are on the old All Black team and things like that. So it's always a bit of a trap, but I have a feeling New Zealand will get the job done. I just have to see in which way to back them best.
100%. We'll look forward to seeing what Couch does there at the end. A reminder, you can join our comp now. And I'm just going to say this for the people who watch in the recording. I'm going to reset the competition so you can actually use that same QR code and go and play it in your own side. I'll probably keep everyone's scores there so you can see how you do against everyone. So you can pretty much play it at any time. But right, guys, let's get into the live chat. Mark, I'm going to tell you in a second if you are in. We've got 9 players. I'm going to bounce through. I don't think it'll start just yet. Let me have a look. We're waiting for players to join. It does say 9 players we've got. So I'm just waiting for it. Yeah, let's have a look. We've got 10 now. There we go. Okay, Mark is in. It's starting to bring the players up now. Werner's in. not rushing them up. That's for sure. The Joker's in. Hein is in. Good to see Hein there. Wager Warlock. And guys, I must tell you that being quick here is going to be important. It's about speed. They're not obvious answers, but you've got basically 4 choices in each one. Yeah, so if you're not certain, you can't get negative points for getting it wrong. You will get no points. So Willem de Waal, and who else we got here? Johan Esterhazen. Johan, it's going to be hard for you to make your treble this week with so few rugby players. So we've got 8 players ready. I just see it does say 11 there, so I'm going to give it another second to see if it brings any more players in. But let's get started. So, Kat, you watching? Am I right in saying you've got your phone open now? Kat, you got your phone open, eh?
Yes, phone's on.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't realize you'd muted there. 100%. Right. We might have lost a player or two there, but let's go. Here come the questions. I'll read you through it, and then Couch and I'll have a quick chat about it in between sessions. And we should be getting going. Right. What is the name of the trophy that England and New Zealand will play for on Saturday? It's not the Nelson Mandela Cup, I can tell you that. Is it the King Charles Cup, the Colin Mead Shield, the Hillary Shield, or the Allies Trophy? You've got 20 seconds to answer that one. Is that a head shake I see, Couch? Looking forward to seeing. Right, time's up. Right, Couch, let me ask you before I show the answers, what did you make of that one? What did you go for?
I was ready to shout out, yeah, it's the Kolkata Cup, and then it wasn't one of the options. So I'm pretty screwed out of the get-go there.
And what did you go for?
I went for Mead, Colin Mead, I think, or something like that. The Mead one.
Let's see what the answer is. The answer's coming up now. I must say, this one took me by surprise as well. I had no idea. The answer should come up now. There we go. The Hillary Shield. Colin Mead, we know who went for that one. And the Allies Trophy, wrong. So 5 guys got the Hillary Shield correct. So impressive there. Right, let's move on to the next question. Well, I suppose we'll just have a look at the leaderboard. Let's see who got it quickest. And Mark is actually off to a flyer. There's 67 points out of a maximum of 100. Wager Warlock, Ivan Werner, Willem. And if we scroll down, we will see I'm there towards the bottom. Right, let's move on to the next question.
Just keep scrolling, Brent. Keep scrolling. You'll find me.
Keep scrolling. Which England player has scored the most points in Test matches in his career? So the leading point scorer for England in Test matches. We've got Johnny Wilkinson. We've got Dusty Hare, Rob Andrew, and Owen Farrell. I've just got a feeling Couch is going to nail this one. He's looking confident. He's already sipping on his tea. So we'll see if he nails this one now. And 3, 2, 1. And that's time up. Right, Couch, what did you go for there?
I just went for Johnny. I'm hoping it's Johnny.
It's not Johnny. It's Owen Farrell. 4 guys, right? 3 people. I see no one fell for Dusty Hare that I put in there. But anyway, right, we got this. So let's have a quick squiz at the updated leaderboard. I've got a feeling Mark extended his lead. Oh, Wager Warlock pushing all the way. Johan pops into the 4th place there. We'll look behind. There he is. Still sitting down there in tied 7th position. Right. Let's move on to the next question.
I can feel my connection going.
Which of these England players is the highest prize to caps ratio in Test matches? In other words, total. I put the total tries next to the name, but who's got the highest ratio? Who scores the most tries per game? Dan Lucia scored 24 tries. Jason Robinson, as in Robinson, 28. Rory Underwood, top try scorer with 49, and Johnny May with 36. I'm quickly going to. I haven't kept the page up, so I do know the answer. What did you go for, Couch? I'm guessing this is a pure guess.
Yeah, no, this is, bloody hell, ratio. I was thinking it might be a little dodgy one there at the top. I went for old Jason, but it didn't work out there.
I think it was Dan Luger, something like 24, 36 tests or something like that. He had a 0.67, I think it was, ratio. I just threw this in I didn't expect anyone to really know. I would have gone for Johnny May personally as well, yeah.
It would have been a bloody crying shame if it was Johnny May. Bloody hell, that oak. if he had a record, it'd be sickening. Mark, I'm very nervous indeed. I want to just get off North, Mark.
Well, there's 3 more questions. Here we go with the 4th question. And the question is, Who's captained England the most times?
Yeah, still 0.
And Will Carling, Bill Beaumont, Martin Johnson, Owen Farrell. That's an interesting one. Let's see if Couch can break his duck here.
Me. I mean, the law of averages says I must get one, eh? Surely.
Well, you're on the fourth one. You're correct. Right, what do you go for, Couch?
Yeah, I went for the big man. Oh, Bill Beaumont's probably big as well, but I went for the other big man, the more modern big man.
Martin Johnson.
Martin.
Well, let's just say the law of averages doesn't apply here, unfortunately. Will Carling is the answer.
Oh, me.
Captained England the most times. I must say that was a tough one. Right, well, there's going to be no change to the leaderboard. You didn't lose any ground there, Couch.
Yeah, at least I'm not alone there currently.
Right, Mark is clawing on, but no one's got either of the last two right. There's 2 questions still to come. And here we go with the next question. We got 9 players playing, and the question is, who scored the most tries in test matches for New Zealand? Another interesting one. I can tell you, I think there were 3 players tied for second. Jonah Lamu, Doug Howlett, Christian Cullen, and Jeff Wilson.
What the
Can Couch break his duck? And we're done. Right, Couchy, what did you go for there?
Hell, I think it's Jonah, but I've just gone for a winger and said, take it out, Dougie. Please, Dougie.
And Couch Critic breaks his duck. Beautiful. But
goodness.
the question is, what did Mark and Wager Warlock go there towards the top of the table? Let's have a look at the leaderboard now. And well done. Dougie Howlett was a good one there. 49 tries, if I'm not mistaken. Wager Warlock has now jumped to the top of the table, just narrowly beating Mark. I think they both probably got that maybe, but the speed was different. Devon up in the podium in third. Johan Werner, let's just see, Kachu are now very much off the mark and sitting in 6th place there. Right, let's go to what I think is the last question now. I can't actually remember what it is. So let's have a look. It's tight at the top. Which New Zealand player has the most test match drop goals? This is drop goals in test matches. Grant Fox, excuse me, Dan Carter, Andrew Mertens, or Nick Evans? Feeling confident here, Couch, of a bit of a run into the top 5?
No, I think maybe it's a couple just stick in your mind or something, and then you want to say someone. It'll probably end up being bloody Grant Fox, but I've got the old Mertz.
And the Couch Critics on a run. These 4 people got it correct. Mertens, Dan Carter, 2 win for Grant Fox, and Nick Evans. Let's have a look. Mark saying he pressed the wrong button on one of the things there. And yeah, let's have a look at the final leaderboard now. I think it's the last question. And Wager Warlock extending his advantage there. And Wager Warlock wins.
I'm on page 1.
Hey, and there's Hein. He's Hein up. He's up to 4th. Well done, Hein. We'll go down and have a look at the other guys there. And Johan 67, Willem 32, and yeah, we had the Joker moved up at the end there as well. So hey, great stuff, guys. That's the end of that quiz. By all means, yeah. We had a short show, so I decided to do this. But let me know if you enjoy something like this at the end of the show. Just something a little bit of a change of pace, and a reminder that if you are watching the show recorded, you can still get involved. But thanks to the guys who played with us live, much appreciated. Couch, thanks for playing. I actually wish there were more questions because it seemed like you were a little bit slow out of the blocks, but you seem to be finding your momentum as the quiz went on.
Yeah, I was hoping I'd hit a vote van Aert and sneak onto a podium at the death there, but it just didn't quite happen.
Safa joining and saying, have I missed the preview for England versus AB? Yes, it was a short show tonight, Safa. We did that preview in the first probably 9 minutes or so. Then we touched on Scotland and wrapped it up with a quiz. But
we're going for points. Safa, we're going for points in that one.
Going for points. Points line is 48.5. We Couch and I both agree we like overs there. I think Couch, you were saying you think New Zealand will probably get the job done. I'm kind of leaning the same way. I've got that sneak that it's going to be another very close game. That this one is going to go very much down to the wire. But anyways, guys, thanks very much for joining us. Couch, great to chat to you as always on the show. I know you're very busy with your own show and that. And okay, I'll bring this comment up. I'll bring a couple of comments up. yeah, first of all, congrats to Wager Warlock. Well done there. Mark enjoyed that. And Michael King says, have a quiz every week. Definitely something we can look at adding. And we'll just 5 or 6 questions, I think we'll do it. And yeah, it'll be pretty good fun as well. But Kutch, great to have you on the show, man. What's the weekend got in store for you?
No, it's definitely got in store that All Black game. I think that's the big one, and yeah, for the rest of it, looks like good weather. I actually got a little bit of a shock. I don't know if you've looked in advance there. I see Scotland and the Boks are playing on a Sunday next week, so that was a bit of a. I'll already start formulating my plans for the next weekend because it sounds like we're gonna have to enjoy all the quiet whiskey 5:30 on a Sunday evening next week Sunday. So I'll already make sure I'll get something decent for that one.
Yeah, I was also very surprised to see that. And actually, I'm going to a function on the Saturday, so I'm almost quite happy the way it's worked out because I'm not sure if I would have been, it's a party, I'm not sure if I would have been able to watch the game. I normally make a plan. But I'm quite, and just to mention to the guys in the Joburg area, I'm looking to do a sports quiz in a pub, probably just in the week before the England game, one of the nights, or the week after. It's actually in a restaurant, not a pub. But there is beer. There's obviously going to be alcohol there. So bear that in mind. Keep an eye out for those details. It'll be great if you could come and join and play. And we'll obviously have that will cover all sports and probably take about an hour or an hour and a half. But like a couch, hope you enjoyed it, mate. Good to chat to you. And yeah, we'll catch up soon, I hope.
Cheers, Brent. 100%. Always good fun.
Excellent. And thanks to all the guys in the live chat and those of you who played the quiz. Much appreciated. And we'll catch you next week for the Handicap Rugby Chat That Matters.